What's up, everybody? I'm Asad Abdul Khalid.
I'm Ray Graham, and this is After the Play podcast. Today we got a special guest who both ourselves, but especially me, am honored to bring this guy on. Somebody that I looked up to playing the game. Definitely had fun playing with him, beside him. Definitely a captain, a leader, somebody that went to Rutgers University and turned it out. You know what I'm saying? First time back-to-back player of the year. Big East Player of the Year, first team All-American. Man, the list goes on. 3-time captain. What else, man? You know, just a tackling machine. 141 tackles in 1 year, then come back the next and have 140. You know what I'm saying? This is numbers we talking about. Yeah, big time deal, man. I definitely want to welcome on Khaseem Green, my brother.
Welcome, bro.
Welcome, definitely, man. So we spoke about your time in your career at Rutgers, but you further during your career after you was done playing at Rutgers, you got drafted.
Right.
I mean, we want to get into that. I was fortunate to play football for a little bit, but I didn't get drafted, and not everybody get drafted. I played as a free agent. I got picked up. Let's get into a little bit about like you getting drafted. Let's talk about that. How did
feeling
that
of
feel?
it.
The feeling,
The feeling of it, right?
Yeah, the feeling is crazy. Like I always tell a story. Like when I got drafted, when they called my phone, you know how the iPhones is. It come up Illinois, and I'm like, I ain't thinking nothing of it. I'm like, man, who calling me from Illinois? Like, I don't owe nobody no money. But then I look at the TV.
Right.
I look at the TV, and I'm like, oh, Chicago on it. Oh, hold up. You feel me? Like, hold up.
Start registering.
So I picked the phone up, and then from there, it's just like, it was, I think Miss Mackey was talking, and then she was just like, yeah, from, with the Chicago Bears. And then after I heard that, I just went numb. I'm like, damn, I don't think I remember another word after that. Except for, when Mr. Emery, the GM at the time, got on the phone, he said, it's Phil Emery, blah, 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 blah. How would you like to be for the Bears? And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready now. Now, like, if he was talking for 5 minutes, I only heard them two clips. Phil Emery, Bears, and then how would you feel playing for us? So it was you really can't put it into words. How that made me feel.
When you talk about getting drafted, because once again, I think that was the goal for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Just going to the NFL was one thing, you know what I'm saying? But I think, like you said, being a free agent, you know what I'm saying, was different than getting drafted.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Although you completed the goal was to say, hey, I got drafted because that's all we knew. You know what I mean? So was that your goal from the beginning of playing football?
Yeah, my goal was, I had some real steep ones. So my first goal was to get drafted, of course.
Right.
And then the next one was I only wanted to play 8 years. Like, I wanted to get one contract, re-up on one contract, and that was it.
Right.
I always wanted to be Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL and win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Those are my all-time goals when it came to football. So, like, and I think, I speak for all of us when I say, as athletes, that's our number one goal is, like, I want to get drafted to the league, and I want to be a Super Bowl champ.
Right.
Period. But
yeah, that's true, man. Did you think like playing in the league, you have all these numbers, like your numbers is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because people don't see this side, they only be like, oh, he did this, he did that. He's supposed to go number 1 or number 2 or whatever it is. How did you feel about that? Like when you seen you after the first day, you didn't get called. Then the second day, how did you feel about that?
Yeah, so I felt like I didn't know what was going on. I thought for sure. I mean, I knew first round was a stretch.
Yeah, we were thinking that.
I thought I could sneak in there just by numbers.
Yeah, definitely.
If I was anywhere else,
Yeah.
if I'm at
Right,
Alabama,
numbers,
LSU, I'm in there
Yeah.
first round. But I'm saying to myself like, all right, first round is stretch, but I'm thinking maybe third round. I talked to one team, Atlanta Falcons. They like, man, we don't think you're gonna be there in the third, but we got a pick. But we don't think you're gonna be there. So when that pick came around, I'm like, all right, here it come. We going to Atlanta, baby.
Yeah.
Like, I got family out there already and everything. So I'm like, all right, we good. And I'm pretty sure Atlanta traded out that pick. And I was just like, dang.
It's the politics side.
Something ain't right. Boy, I done got nervous. I'm
Right.
like, dang, something ain't right. But, I mean, I guess it come with the business, man. Like, it's all it's like chess, man. Everything is a moving pieces for them. So, I mean, I fell where I fell, but like it ain't stopped the fact that I got there. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I had the opportunity. You know, we all need an opportunity.
Oh,
That's all we're gonna do, kick the door down. So.
Man.
So when you, as high as that was, you know what I'm saying, as high as that was, and as high as it was for all of us who know you and knew and got to watch, you know what I'm saying, you said something that you only wanted to play a certain amount of years. So for me, when you say that, that means that you have a plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So aside, because not only that, so let me go here real quick. By bigging up, and what people don't know is, you know, you started out safety.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
To move to inside the box, you know, it's a totally different
Ball
beast.
game,
You know what I'm saying? And when you think about football and you think about collision, which is a collision sport, it's not contact. You get what I'm saying? Actually, running into Shannon Sharp said the other day, he was like, "You want to be a football player? Put on some pads and run into your garage door at full speed every day." You know what I'm saying? And he embodies that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah.
So as high as that was, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, okay, here a guy says he wanted to play 8 years or whatever. What was your plan, or did you have one for after football?
Yo, you know what's crazy?
I didn't have one.
I didn't have one.
Okay.
I didn't have a plan. I just knew I didn't want to play it forever.
Okay.
I knew that just from starting to get into the aspects of my body and mental. You know, they started coming out with the mental stuff, CTE, all that. I'm like I don't want to be that dude that can't play. Like I have a son or my daughters. I can't play with my kids.
Cause I witnessed a couple concussions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
I'm gonna get into the question.
And I only say that because I played quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You know, quarterbacks in practice don't touch me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had the gold jersey on,
Yeah.
and I used that to my full advantage. I didn't practice with a chin strap. Before after a while, don't touch me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, especially because mind you know, scout offense, scout defense. You get what I'm saying? As the star or whatever, because even in the NFL, I'm real quick playing with Randy Moss and Culpepper. I was in camp for like 3 days, whatever. But
it count.
If you touched, you know what I mean? You know you're out of here. You're out of here.
Yeah.
So the man to go from free safety to linebacker, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense, and for me to know how can I say how much emphasis he put into the game. I mean, as hard of a hitter as he was, you know, when I came to y'all last game against each other, you know, I froze my ass off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, yo, no man, it's love. Yo, I could look at him and I'm just like, it's one thing to sacrifice as a football player, but as a gridiron every play, it's like, yo, it's just absolutely amazing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, yo, what was your plan? And for him to say he was thinking about leaving, I got to know why. You know what I'm saying? Or what was you going to do after? Because we talk about sacrifice.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So what was it? You know, what was on your radar to do after you was done with football?
I just know that I wanted to. I always said like the old heads. You know, we get in the league. The old heads like, yo, save your money. Rookie year. Forget about it.
Right.
Feel me? I did whatever I wanted to do.
It was a wash, right?
Did whatever I wanted to do.
They knew it was going to happen.
And then going into my second year, like, you know, I would Martellus Bennett was my mentor when I was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Tight end, right?
The tight end.
Okay, yeah.
And just seeing him in like with his imaginary the kid books and everything that he got going on.
Yeah.
I seen him. He had a plan. Like he literally was gonna be his own owner. Like he was gonna run his own business, and that's what he's doing. So I'm like, all right, I want 8 years. I need to start saving money. With my second contract, I'm gonna start to think of what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Because I know I don't want to work for nobody. That's just what I'm saying to myself. And of course, we think we immortals when it comes to football. So I never knew. All right, second year gonna be trash, and then they gonna get everybody about it, and I'm gonna be going right with that ship. So once that happened, it was just like, oh. Like, yo, now I'm in the corner. I got to put my hands up and really get up out of this situation. So my only plan was to just make it to that second contract and then figure out what I wanted to do. Like what excited me to the point that I could do it for the rest of my life.
Right. Yeah. We get more into depth with that. Like when you say what you was gonna do with your life, you played 5 years. You played
4
with Chicago, right?
Nah, I was 2 years in Chicago. So a total of 4 years. I think in my fifth year I got, or my fourth season. So you know how to jump wacky. You come in 2013. My last playing was 2017 with Kansas City, but I only got 2 credited seasons.
Okay.
So everything,
4 seasons. Yeah.
Everything else was practice squad.
Now after that, because I played a little bit of practice squad myself too, and you only allowed 3.
3, yep.
3 years, right?
Yep.
So after that, and you
really? See, I didn't even.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
only
you get 3 years.
You
on
only get
practice
3 years,
squad.
Really?
no matter what.
Oh, okay.
Like if you come in the league and you play for 5, and then they be like, "Oh, we're gonna put you on practice squad now because you ain't performing." You only got 3 years, no matter what.
Oh,
and after
okay,
that,
I didn't know that.
After that, if you ain't on nobody's team, you just done, right? You just over.
Yep.
But yeah, I wanted to say, and once you stop playing football.
Mm-hmm.
The plan that you had, did you stick to that, or how did life hit you after that?
See, life after that was a little rugged because, everybody know what happened. That's why football stopped for me with the situation, with the case that I went through. That's really why football stopped because, I don't think that I leave Kansas City. I think Kansas City is my home for the next few years.
Yeah,
definitely. If I go through finish going through with the off-season workouts and everything, I feel like I'm there. I'm there yesterday.
Yeah,
right. I'm there.
Part
Y'all
of
ain't
it,
here.
right. Yeah.
Family down there. We in Miami. Everybody in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
We over there.
Definitely been
big time. Yeah, catch me at Live. Sunday, then we don't catch me right up in Live somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But so the plan the plan's still going. I'm still scraping and building from that situation that happened in 2016, 2017. Right. So it's I still got the same mentality. I'm handling some business. I got a lawsuit going on. I got this going on. I'm working. I got to work. I got kids, so I got to provide for my family.
Right.
But the second that I get comfortable again, where I can breathe, with I got it to breathe.
Right.
Now it's going into it, and now I'm really on some stuff I don't even care about breathing no more. My credit score going up.
Yeah,
so you know what I'm saying? My
my
partner, she dope. You know, her credit score dope. You know what I'm saying? So now we about to get into business. Probably by the end of this year, she going to open up her joint. With the dog grooming. She into the dog grooming heavy. So by the end of this year, she be opening up hers, and then I'm gonna go right into mine. That's where we at right now. So
sure.
So
man.
And so touching on that, and I gotta ask just because I know at my darkest time, and I don't necessarily want to say my darkest time because like you said, you come out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Eventually you come out of it. But because football, giving so much of it, of yourself, because you're still in great shape. You know what I'm saying? You know, still, see, I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it was different for me trying to come back, but you being healthy, able to play and all of this, give not just myself, but our audience, you know what I'm saying, some of the emotions, because that's what we don't see. You know what I'm saying? We see you big, strong, this and that. All of us smiling in front of everybody. When Khaseem Green was home with his lady or whatever the case is, just his children, nobody around. That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes us feel normal.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
So
definitely.
I think that's one of the hardest things for me transitioning right now. Is figuring out how to be normal, how it feel, because I ain't never really felt how it feel to be normal, because society will tell us you're sport, you're not normal. You know what I'm saying?
You're a gladiator. You're the physical of the gladiator, right?
It's it's funny. My son is, my son is crazy. I be calling my mother sometimes, yo, Ma, if I was anything like KJ,
I apologize.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about this dude, bruh. This dude run, he jump, throw his body off the steps into the ground, all types of crit that be having my nerves,
Them jeans are strong,
bad. I'm I don't know how, my mental, I just need to take a walk. I need to walk real quick. I don't. So it's hard transitioning to being normal, but it's cool. Like you said, sometimes it get dark. So you be sitting there for one whole year, 2018, I ain't watched no football. None.
We
used to, I think 17 we was going to Barcode.
Every Sunday. Yeah.
18, nothing. I'm just bro, I can't do this. I can't do this to myself. I know I'm better than this dude, that dude. Every time I watch the TV, I'm better than this dude. So it's what am I doing still sitting home? So that junk drive you to some places.
Did you feel stressed, or if you felt stressed, did you notice it or it was just I'm just want to give it away from it for a little bit?
Yeah, I just had to get away. I felt I didn't feel stressed, but I felt like anger. Like I felt like
still need to be out
because I
there.
couldn't control. Like at this point, I'm controlling my life and I'm controlling my anger. But like I'm not playing football. Whereas if I'm having a bad day, I go hit somebody, or I can hit a pad, hit the dummy or something like that, and get it out. Now I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, I just want to hit something. Now we go out to the bar and somebody be done. You know what I mean? Not even knowing that I'm having a bad day like that.
Right.
And then it's trouble.
And
so it's like.
And I equate that to, because I was having a conversation today, and somebody asked me after watching a couple of shows, it was like, yo, so what did you do? You know, it's explained to me. And I was like, well, think about, and I hate to even bring it up, but an animal that's been trained to do one thing. You know what I'm saying? It serves its purpose. You know what I'm saying? Now you're done with it, and you're like, all right, bet. You just push it to the side. You get what I'm saying? It knows nothing else. So when he speaks about that, just like when you were done or I was done, people would say, yo, just move on. To do something that's like, what? You know what I mean? This guy's been, filling gaps, taking on fullbacks, and
I got
yo,
5 paperworks of sheets of my track record, like,
and for athletes, who are watching this, and the reason why this is even more important to me is speaking to an individual who we say that's in the box, is because he's running into 300-pound men on a regular basis. You get what I'm saying? And is expected to stop him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense physically. You get what I'm saying? But he does it somehow, play after play after play. So now you take go back to regular civilian. Like you said, we're out or doing whatever the case is. An individual may say something crazy, and it's like, yo, he'll eat your face. You know what I'm saying? He's already going through, like this is what he was. So the average injury or fall or scrape don't affect us like it does a regular individual. Say what you want. You get what I'm saying? So
definitely.
If he trips and fall, we're trained to, it's broke, it hurt, but I can't worry about it right now. You get what I'm saying? The average individual. So I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying? My thing to go to his, but my next question is, coming out of it, like you said, with children, this and that, being happy. You know what I'm saying? Can you see yourself moving on? Yeah,
man. This is the most time I spent with my kids, like, since I had them. And I had my first kid at 19. So, like, my daughter 11 now. It's just like, I could be around, like, the principal calling my phone on the regular. If she get in trouble, I'm shooting to the school. Like, I'm here to do that. Before, I ain't had that, like, I mean, the teachers had my number and stuff, but that was more or less like, oh, yeah, it's Kimura's dad. He in the NFL. Like, let's just call him. Let's call him. Your daughter's doing great, just to let you know. So like, what? Like, if she's doing great, then let her do great. You call my phone, I'm thinking it's something bad. Like, so, excuse me. So it's it's dope. It's dope because, like I said, I'm spending time with them, but I don't know, yo. It's like I said, it's just hard, man. It's hard. Like, yo, Si, you said something like, G, you know how I am when I go out. Like, I be thinking, like, for real, like 15 different ways how I could just do something crazy to you, yo. Like, trying not to, but that's it. So it's like,
that's it, man.
I don't know, man.
Your mom be rushing, man. And you said it like, you spoke about being in the position that you play, he got to run through a brick wall, basically, right? You know what I'm saying? So you one play away from, and that's every position, though, but you one play away from ending your career. You know what I'm saying? And you're talking about, like, somebody that's a dog on the field. You know what I'm saying? He put in the time in, very well deserving of it. Like, and that brings me to, like, the concussion side of the things. You know what I'm saying? The quick little
injury
story.
side of it,
Yeah, the injuries and, like, you know what I mean? And I know when we played the game, you said you was there, the scene game. So it was Kaz was not a gunner, but what position? What's that?
I was playing tackle.
You playing tackle out there, right? So this is my boy, this is my brother, Cam Saller. Like, you feel me? Now, Kaz go out there and the punt return, my boy. I don't know if he fed quartered or whatever, but Kaz had his mind made up. You getting hit. My guy, you're getting hit. I'm going to rock you. So soon as he catch the ball, Now they both on the floor.
Flatline Cam.
Right.
I don't know who was snoring louder than the other. So like they both out there.
Right.
He flatlined my boy.
Now hold up. Now let me
Yeah.
set the scene because you giving it up, but it's freezing.
Yeah, oh, it is cold.
It's freezing and it's snowing, and I only know because at halftime we went in the bathroom to stand under the heaters. It's freezing out there.
It's freezing.
But check this out. And you know this too, because you played in Minnesota. But when you on the field, it ain't as cold.
Right.
So
right, it's not.
So
right.
I mean, I ain't really feel it like you felt it.
if you playing,
Yeah, like you said,
if you playing,
you
right.
So
Because we
now,
got them heaters.
Yeah, the heaters on the side. So bruh hit them. Now they both over there, and we joke about it. We joke about it now because they both good. Like you know what I'm saying, everything was good. But after the game, so my boy Cam says to me, like, I said, yeah, man. He said to me, bro, I think I told you, bro. He was like, yeah, man. He was concussed. I was concussed. That's good for his ass. You should have told him we family, bro. He ain't got to hit me like that. I said, I ain't know that was coming, bro.
Yeah.
It's been times he tried to hit me like that.
Yeah.
No, but look, right. So let's take it back to the business or the goal side of it.
Yeah.
He has to make a point.
Yeah, he got to, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brother, whatever the case is.
Definitely.
I remember, and our whole thing was, damn, what if he get a shot on Ray or blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't matter because
Yo.
you got to win. You have to leave your mark on the...
See, this is the perfect equalizer of this story, man. I will never forget this play. G bust, he break out,
for
go
halftime.
up the sideline. Right. I'm coming full, yo. When I'm talking about, I'm about to, yo. Only thing I'm saying in my head is, bro, I don't even see the number he got on right now. I see somebody up the sideline, untouched, and he don't see me, or I think he don't see me. I think he don't see me. Hey, yo, I
Knock his
load
face
up
mask
everything
over
to kill him, bro.
Right.
And he stopped and spent. And when he spent, I just watched him spin. I'm like,
That was God, bro.
oh man, yo, I'm saying to myself,
He didn't want me to get hit.
Yeah. That's a,
that I would have drilled
Listen.
him too.
Yeah, I seen him, man. He
Man,
had
it's just that's the nature of the competitor in us.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Like you said, if you teach an animal to do one thing,
Yeah.
and one thing only, like that's what he know.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't know. Like that's my brother. I love him. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah,
but
sure.
at the end of the day, I'm trying to take his head off because if me and him in that A gap. Right.
Yeah.
Chances are he gonna make me miss.
Right.
He ain't gonna say, "Oh, that's my brother. Let me not put one on him."
Right.
He gonna do what he do. So
Yeah, man.
and
That was dope.
And one of the last things, you know, and I'm always trying to get serious. You know, normally in the street or whatever, home, whatever, you don't hit your family, right? You know what I'm saying? Or you don't, you know, you would go.
Yeah.
But we put football amongst bloodlines. I mean, over bloodlines.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because regardless, I never played. I wish I had a brother to play against. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, like he just said, football. We talk about it being more important than family, than whatever we got going on.
Yep.
His object was to make an example.
nothing-
He
and
said,
nothing
like he said, look, think about it. He's running. Okay, look, I gotta take it out my mind. That's my brother. I don't even see the number. I have to make this play because if I don't, this might be the one and make whatever the case is. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You get what I mean? So just going back to people who don't understand is that even though we make a joke about it, nothing comes before the sport.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Nothing comes before the sport. And it's wonderful to hear him say that he's coming around to having a plan or being
definitely.
passionate. Because I saw something yesterday that Kobe was talking about. He was talking about the reason why athletes don't make it after because they don't have a passion, not just a plan. You get what I'm saying? So to find something that you like or that makes you happy, you know what I'm saying, it's perfect. And that's a wonderful thing to hear, man, because I remember seeing him, like he said, when he had a situation and I knew, you know what I mean? But, we don't know how to speak to each other.
Yeah.
We might piece each other out and whatever the case is, but not in the sense of grabbing them like, bruh, I seen that face before.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, G, look, bruh, I seen that face before.
Yeah.
So going back to, and where we wrap it up is that athletes need to be around other athletes,
Right.
Yeah,
regardless of
absolutely.
what's going on. Because I
Absolutely.
have my best times when I'm around y'all.
Right,
Yeah.
Because we
right.
could talk about special forces shit.
Yeah.
However you want to say.
You
You know
can
what I'm
relate,
saying?
and we all could relate. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You could have that conversation about something that you had done or past, whatever the case, you can speak on that, and we sit back like, yeah, I know about that, or I've been a part of that, or I could bring up a time when something similar to that happened.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, Killer. For those who don't know, that's Killer Kyle.
Right.
You know, he got that name from me.
Doing exactly that. Right.
I got sidetracked to talking to him like we just regular conversation, but definitely, man. But definitely, we appreciate having you on here, man. It was
Absolutely,
an honor.
man.
We before we go, definitely want to ask you is anything that we missed that you wanted to get out, that you wanted to let the people know, the fans, the audience that's watching before you go,
and especially the audience who are athletic or athletes, you know, who may be going through the same thing or will be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, and I want most people to know, is like it's alright to be, you know, we built to be gladiators, but it's alright to have like that mental aspect of it is for real. Like it's vicious and it get the best of some people. So it's alright to talk to people. Like
definitely.
My biggest switch in my life with everything has been going to therapy.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, on the regular.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I kind of speak upon it. I'm not like the biggest advocate of it because I don't really talk much. But
that's what
when
this
I
is.
do,
When
I do get the opportunity, I just want to let people know like it's alright to talk to somebody, man.
Yeah.
Like this ain't the old days. Like you ain't crazy if you go see a therapist or something like that. Like we really need it. Like especially amongst us, African American like men, we need it.
Yeah.
So that's probably the only thing like I could really think of that I want more people to utilize because. Yo, you don't know, like your jobs pay for that joint now. Like they pay for sessions. Like depending on your on your insurance, they'll pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we gotta look into that, man, because that mental stuff. It like I said, it get dark, bro.
Yeah, man.
You think some deep stuff, dark, man. Words.
We here for it all, though, man. Definitely, we here to talk about it, and we here to. If you need us, bro, we here to have that conversation. Like you said, don't be scared. Don't be hesitate to pick up the phone and reach out. Yep. Definitely.
And if somebody that you know what I mean, email us, whatever the case is, because like Kaz just said, therapy. You know what I mean? I know it's what was missing, you know what I mean, from as soon as whatever we took a break or we thought it was over. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And if I could go back and do it again, I would. As soon as, you know, it was over or being done, hey, yo, to sit down and really talk. No, this ain't what's going on?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Talk.
But once again, I'm Asad Abdul Khalik.
I'm Ray Graham, and this is After the Play Podcast. So make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment, give us some feedback, because we're here for everything. Once again, appreciate y'all time.
Take it easy.